So hello there everyone and welcome, it is Niran here, and today it is time for a very different type of FIFA 17 experiment on career mode. Today we're going to be seeing what happens when the Premier League is full of only 24 and under players. So we're basically going to be taking the old players, or I say old, the players that are over the age of 24 out of every single Premier League team, and then simming through a season on career mode and seeing what happens at the end of it. So basically you're going to be testing who has the best young players in the whole of the Premier League. So whether it's going to be Chelsea, Arsenal, City, Liverpool, United, those teams that are known for having good young players, or maybe someone else will spring a surprise in the mix. We'll have to wait and see. If you do go on to enjoy this video though, of course make sure to smash the likes button and subscribe if you're new to the channel for more FIFA 17 experiments like this. You can also check out the description, which has a list of other channels that do experiment videos like this, ones who have only just started recently and some people that I've made videos with and I'm good friends with as well. You can check those guys out. There'll probably be like 6 or 7 in the description if you want to see more similar videos like this, as well as those that are on my channel. But before we get into this experiment properly, just going to take a look at a few little rules and a few things that I need to explain before we get into it, so that you guys understand exactly what is going on here. So first of all, any of the teams that have players out on loan, whether it be to a Premier League side or a side in a different country or in a lower division, those players return to their parent club. So for example, Chelsea have got a lot of players out on loan, the likes of Bertrand Traore, Lewis Baker, etc. Those players return to Chelsea for this experiment. That also applies to players who are already playing in the Premier League but on loan from a different one. So if a player is playing for Hull but they're on loan from Manchester United, they return back to Manchester United. The one exception to that rule is John Flanagan, because I forgot to take him back to Liverpool in the experiment. That is my bad. Just to clarify, there's also one player in this experiment who is above the age of 24, and that is René Gilmartin, Watford's goalkeeper. It sounds very random, but he's only 59 rated, and to be honest, I couldn't be bothered to get rid of him either. He's like 26 or something, but he's still terrible on the game, so it really didn't make much of a difference. And the final thing is that if a team doesn't have enough players at all, they're allocated randomly some very low rated League 2 under 24 players to fill in the space. So players that are around the 45 overall to 50 overall mark, in order to literally fill the squad depth required. Now in the background you're going to be seeing the sides that each team has for this under 24 experiment. Now I'm going to go through them very quickly. You'll be able to pause the video if you want to take a look at the starting 11, because I have to keep this video to a relatively decent length. But in the description there'll be a link to a FIFA squad, which will have the in-depth stats and all that of all the players in the squads, not just the starting 11, so you can get a proper feel for who has the best team and who has the worst team. I'm just doing this because the video needs to be of a normal length, but looking at it on paper, the best sides seem to be Chelsea, Spurs, United, Liverpool, maybe Manchester City as well. We can see Everton here in the background. Their defence and goalkeeper lets them down, but of course they still have Ross Barkley and Romelu Lukaku. Hull might struggle a bit, but they do still have Andrew Robertson, Harry Maguire, Marcus Henriksen as well. Leicester's side is pretty decent too, and Didi, Musa, Mendy and Marty as well still in that side. And again, if you want to pause and take a little bit of a longer look at the starting 11s for each side, then feel free to do so. And again, the full squads, all the reserves and all the substitutes and stuff will be in the description. Chelsea have got like 37 players for this experiment, whereas in contrast to that, West Brom only have 15 of their own players, and then like 3 allocated League 2 players that I sort of described or explained at the start of the video. The teams that look most in danger to do badly, probably Burnley, West Brom, Hull City as well. Southampton, you can see in the background, look pretty decent. You'll have just seen Tottenham. That's basically their starting 11 in real life, apart from Kyle Walker and Danny Rose. It's quite incredible, and also the addition of Harry Winks. Stoke here in the background might cause a shock, but they've got a few sort of lower rated players in midfield. Sunderland might well struggle, but the fact they've got Pickford in goal and Manquillo on the right might just save them. Swansea still got Borja Baston up front, and a very solid defence actually for what you would expect for their side. Watford were very much saved by the fact they've got a lot of players involved in this confusing Granada and Udinese situation that are apparently on loan from their club. West Brom lost their entire starting 11 and bench really, so they're going to really struggle, only half a star. And here finally is West Ham. Once again, if you want to go back and check out the starting 11s for any of the teams, then make sure to do so. The full squads will be in the description. But now it is time to get into this experiment and see which of those 20 teams is going to come out on top in the Under-24 Premier League. So then, here we are at the start of the Under-24s tournament. We're going to be seeing which teams, young players and youth academy graduates are going to be the best in the Premier League. Once again, if you want me to do this with another league, maybe the Spanish League or the Italian League or the German League, then drop it in the comments section and I'll be sure to mull it over and try and do one in a different league as well. So obviously there are going to be some preconceptions as to how this tournament is going to go. We've seen the teams already. We've seen a Chelsea, United, Manchester City, very, very strong. Liverpool, of course, as well. They've not lost any of their forward players really at all. I've got a few ideas in my head at this point. I'd love to know what your prediction's going to be for who's going to win and who's going to finish bottom of this experiment. So drop that in the comments section, pause the video, and have a little prediction. Don't cheat and wait till the end. I'll know. I'll seek my cheating device out. Right, so I believe, if my maths hasn't failed me, we're now halfway through the season. So let's have a little look at what is going on. Oh my word. This is, to be honest with you, I'd made predictions in my head, and I'm sure you lot have as well that are watching, and this was not something that I had predicted. I'm always going to have to check the teams to make sure I've done this correctly, but Stoke City, at the halfway point of the season, are top of the table. Now, I know they've got some very good players. They've kept Xherdan Shaqiri, who's 24 in this version of the database, Jack Butland, of course, Ramadan Sobhi, and a few others, but I was not expecting them to be top, and certainly not by 5 points as well. Spurs are in second. That's something I had expected. The likes of Kane, Ali, and Kudu, Son, Eriksson, they've all kept a lot of those players. Southampton in third. Interesting. That was a team that I actually struggled to find 18 players for. In fact, I'm pretty sure they've got one of those random League 2 players that I've attributed because the team didn't have enough players. So seeing them in third is quite a shock. Liverpool and Chelsea fourth and fifth, United in sixth. Those three teams really are expected to battle for the league title. So very interesting to see them there. Middlesbrough, Everton, West Ham and Arsenal rounding out the top 10. And Manchester City way down in 11th place. No surprise really to see West Brom down at the bottom. Right, we're now going to sim to the end of the season, or we are simming to the end of the season already. And we're going to see how this ends, because at the moment I fully expect this to just remain relatively similar to the normal Premier League table, but Stoke are really taking it by storm. So are Southampton as well, so we're going to have to see whether they can hold on and see if they can grab a Champions League place or even the title out of nowhere. This is going to be very interesting. So then, let's take a little look at the result of this experiment. Would you believe it? Stoke City managed to hold on and win this youth tournament. I wasn't even expecting them to finish in the top half, but Stoke City have defied all the odds with Xherdan Shaqiri, Jack Butland, Janelle Mbula, Mark Munayeza and co, and have won the league by 3 points. Chelsea did recover as I expected them to take second place, with Liverpool in third, Spurs in fourth, and United just missing out on the top 4 in fifth. But oh my goodness gracious me, how on earth have Stoke City won this? They've got a decent side, yeah. I mean, on retrospect, on reflection, maybe I should have predicted them to come in sort of 6th or 7th, but to win it, you know, and to be consistent across the entire season is fair play. Really, really good stuff from Stoke City. We'll check out the rest of the stats in a little bit. Chelsea, though, coming second from Liverpool in third. It was quite close in the end between the top 3. Then a bit of a gap back to Spurs and United. Southampton doing a very, very good job in 6th. They sort of stayed in that area for the entirety of the season, so fair play to them. Middlesbrough in 7th place, doing a really good job. Again, a side that doesn't have that many amazing players. Like, the only one that stands out really is Victor Fisher. And Manchester City down in 10th place with a front line of Gabriel Jesus, Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané, plus Kelechi Iheanacho on the bench. Sunderland did a very good job in 11th, same for Burnley, because their squads were horrendous. You saw them at the start of the season, or the start of the video. But one name we haven't mentioned yet is Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal, known for having amazing young players, down in 19th place. 21 losses across the season, negative 28 goal difference, the 3rd worst in the league, and they would have been relegated. If the EPL, if you were only allowed to field 24 under players in the Premier League, Arsenal would be relegated, according to this experiment. Absolutely incredible. No prizes for guessing that West Brom came bottom. I'm sure a lot of you will have predicted that, but I mean, to be fair, they did well to get 23 points because their squad is half a star. They probably finished bottom of League 2, so they've done well to even do do that well, but Arsenal, penultimate, bottom, almost, second bottom in the entirety of the Premier League, below teams like Hull, Crystal Palace, Burnley and Sunderland, who struggled to even get 18 players together for this experiment. Shocking scenes then, to be honest with you, when it comes to the table. Slightly less shocking scenes when we look at the top scorers and the rest of the stats. Felipe Coutinho did get the golden boot in the end by only 1 goal over his attacking midfielder partner, or companion if you like, Christian Eriksen for Tottenham. Gökhan Touré there in 3rd with 17, followed by Leroy Sané, Janelli Mbula, Victor Fisher there in 6th for Middlesbrough, followed by Tom Lawrence, the winger from Leicester. Xherdan Shaqiri as well, 14 goals for him from Stoke. Rashford and Pogba there 9th and 10th. Then Berahino, Doucouré of Watford, Sadio Mane, Romelu Lukaku and Adam Forshaw. Expected Lukaku to get more goals, to be fair. Firmino with 12, good tally for him. Demarai Gray with 12, followed by Vincent Janssen, Nathan Redmond, Charlie Muzonda of Chelsea, Patrick Bamford, Anthony Martial, Callum Wilson, Robbie Brady and Harry Kane. Taking a little look at the assist list, and my word, Coutinho surely won player of the season. Top of the goals list and top of the assist list as well. 12 assists for him, ahead of Anthony Martial on 11 and then Vincent Janssen on 10. 9 for Pogba and Gabbiadini respectively, and then filling out the rest of the top 10 is Janelli Mbula, Dele Alli, Borja Baston, Roberto Firmino and Michy Batshuayi of Chelsea. Sadio Mane, Demarai Gray, Marco Grujic as well of Liverpool, Gökhan Touré and Patrick Bamford filling out the rest of the top 15. And then we've got Isaac Success, Marcus Henriksen from Hull City. Looking at the clean sheets, and it's Paul Lopez who's top from Tottenham with 16. Good work from Moué Hassan. He's only 69 rated and he got 15 clean sheets for Southampton. More than Thibaut Courtois, who's 20 overall higher than him. Thibaut Courtois getting 14, same as Jack Butland. Joe Ripley, the Middlesbrough goalkeeper, getting into double figures, as well as Joel Pereira from Manchester United. Ryan Allsop there on 9. Hewalt of Everton on 9. Probably the one thing that let Everton down actually was their goalkeeper, because I think he's only like 60 rated or something. Loris Karius, Vickers from Swansea, Raphael Spiegel, then Pope, Gunn, Rose and Martinez. Goalkeeper of the tournament then in this under-24s BPL experiment was Paul Lopez from Tottenham. Unsurprising given he got the most clean sheets in the season. We already know that Felipe Coutinho won the golden boot for Liverpool, and then we'll take a little look at the player of the competition first, which unsurprisingly was Felipe Coutinho, top of the goals list and top of the assist tally as well. And then for some reason he's not actually in the team of the competition, but let's imagine that he is. Jack Butland, Joel Taylor and Mark Muniesa, all from Stoke first of all. Obviously they won the league, so it's to be expected, I suppose. Carter Vickers of Spurs and Jason McCarthy from Southampton. So a lot of low-rated players doing a very good job apparently in this experiment. Anthony Martial of Manchester United, along with Janelli Mbula, Angban, sorry, from Chelsea, who we saw at the bottom of the assist list. Jesse Lingard as well from United, Patrick Bamford and Marcus Rashford. So that then brings to an end what has probably been the most shocking experiment we've seen on this channel. I don't mean shocking over the top, but is surprising. You know, I can't imagine many people, you know, saying that Stoke City would win. If you're surprised and you enjoyed the video, then make sure to smash a like on it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for similar content like this. If you enjoyed the video that much as well, then make sure to leave a comment and subscribe again if you're new to the channel. But it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.
Yo, biddy bang, biddy boo. Man can't fuck with the Nottingham crew. Put 1, 2, 9 holes in the queue. Wanna ride on me, you better change that route. I'm a lyrical animal straight out of the zoo. Big mate, man, big like Big Zoo. 15 going OT on my own, done it all alone. I never been a ring true. KYE, the hardest YG, my G. Better know he kicks like Kung Fu. Try me, you must have won some food.